All right, what's going on, friends? In this video, we are going to be going over this Bouge RV Chinese diesel heater. First thing, I think it's a cool flipping name. My initial thoughts on this, before I even fired up, I've run like, I don't even know now, probably at least 10 different Chinese diesel heaters. There's just something about this one that's different. I know I already can see a few things that are 100% different. First thing is they're calling this a 5 kilowatt diesel heater. All the other ones call themselves 8 kilowatt diesel heaters, but I don't really think they are 8 kilowatt diesel heaters. I really don't think that. They make crazy heat, and I'm sure this is gonna make crazy heat. But in this video, I'm gonna go over everything that's in the box. I'm gonna show you what kind of heat this puts out with using this thermometer and this thermometer. We are gonna check the carbon monoxide with my carbon monoxide detector, and I will show you how fast the air is coming out of this diesel heater on like high and on low. And I'm going to give you what I see, how many watts it's pulling when it lights up, how many watts it's pulling when it's on low, and how many watts it's pulling when it's on high. Anyway, this is everything that come in the box. This means a little bit, but like I feel like they just put everything in even nicer bags than some of the other ones. I don't know, maybe that'll mean crap, but all right, you will get your exhaust. And this is a threaded on exhaust, which I've had one before that was threaded on, but it wasn't nice like this. These are really nice threads. I like them. Little fine, these are fine threads, so we're gonna try that out. If you take this camping or take this with you somewhere, you can easily take the exhaust off. So that's nice. So you do get the exhaust, and that is stainless steel. This is a magnet. Only thing I wish they would have done, I seen right off the bat, this is still steel. This is your muffler. They all come with a muffler like that. You don't even have to use that muffler. None of these are really that loud anyway, but this is stainless steel. This whole cover is stainless steel. The screws are stainless steel. These handles are not stainless steel. They did pretty good on most of it. You got your heat tube right here, and you can stretch this out. I don't really want to stretch it out to see how long it goes, but you can probably make it at least, I bet you can go at least this much further with this. So this is about 17 inches. You do get this little remote control too. So you can run this with a remote control. You can run it with an app right off your phone. I'm gonna show you that also in this video. Or you can just run it off the screen right here. You don't even have to download that app. I know some people do not like apps, but so you can use the screen, the remote, or an app. It does come with a little wire that you can hook this up to 12 volt or 24 volt. And this is the first one I ever got. It came with a wire to hook it up with to a cigarette lighter, like in your car or truck. Some of us older folk, that's what we call them, cigarette lighter things, but they're like the little 12 volt thing inside your car or truck. Comes with some hose clamps. Some's gonna be for this heat tube. Really, really nice thing is it comes with a plug for like 110 volt. To plug it like inside your garage, if you want to use this in your garage. A lot of people will use these in like a little shed, or you can use this for camping. There's so many things you could use one of these things for. And one nice thing I noticed this one has that all the other ones don't have, this cap. You can tighten this up and then it stops. There is a little rubber gasket right here on this lid, so that will make this leak free in case that would tip over like while you're taking it camping or wherever you're going. So that's really cool. This is the intake. It's gonna suck air in and blow it out the other side. Right here, this is where it's gonna blow the hot air out. And it does have a gauge right up and down here. This holds 5 liters of diesel, which is I think 1.32 gallons. So it's really close to 1.5 gallons, a little less than that. But you could run, I'm gonna guess right now, I've never run this one, but I'd almost bet $1,000 on it that you could run this for all night. You don't have to worry about it running out all night, maybe even 24 hours if you have it on low. I'm not really sure for that, but this little cap here, you just unscrew this cap. You can keep that to keep stuff from going there, and then you can take your exhaust and you just screw that in there. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Yeah, I really like them threads. They're nice. Right like that. Man, that's nice. I feel like that makes that nice and tight. Definitely one thing I really like is this thing is easy to set up. Probably the easiest so far. And you just plug this in. Now, if you're not outside through your wall like I am, you're pretty much done. Fill it up, turn it on. All right, let's plug this in. I got this kilowatt meter here. All right, getting this all hooked up was really easy. Now, I didn't put the muffler on because I'm going through my wall outside. And I did put a little smaller tube on here for the heat because I already have one of these from one of my other diesel heaters. Got it plugged in, real easy. I got the remote here. So let's put some fuel on it, fire this thing up. I really like that cap, that's nice. Right there we go. If you'd like one of these little automatic diesel transfer pumps, I'll put one of these down in my description too. These are awesome. I'm not gonna fill this all the way up. All right, that's enough. Oh, I like that. All right, let's see if I can just take the remote, push the on button, see if this thing ends up firing up. Well, the screen came on, that's good. That's a really nice looking screen. That's probably one of the nicest looking screens I have seen on all these. I mean, that don't mean much, but it does look nice. So far, this is simple. If this thing fires up by just pushing on, that's nice. Let's see how many watts we're gonna pull here firing up. We're at 58 watts, 63 watts. There we go. Oh, it's firing up. That means the glow plug is starting to heat up, so it's getting ready to light that diesel up. 119 watts, 116, 118. All right, so it's probably gonna stay right around there, 117, 118 watts for that glow plug. Now when this gets lit off, that wattage is gonna drop way down. I'll show you what it is on low and high. That's the most it's probably ever gonna pull. Now they say you can get this thing fired up in like 8 minutes. Now your first initial time firing this up, it might take a little longer because you gotta get some fuel through all them fuel lines inside here into where the glow plug is gonna light the fuel on fire, and then it's gonna burn and then blow out the exhaust. Oh, there goes the fuel pump. All right, like I said, this has a 5-liter fuel tank on it, which is like 1 1/3 of a gallon if you want to go up by gallons. These diesel heaters would be really awesome for, I use these a lot of times just to heat my 1,000 square foot garage. It's crazy the amount of heat these things put out. I will show you that here in the video. I'm about 100% sure this thing's still gonna push a pile amount of heat. Or they're calling this a 17,000 BTU heater. That's quite a bit of power from something this small. There is also multiple safeguards on this. You will have overheat protection, short circuit protection, reverse connection protection, over voltage protection. I did a little research on this. You can run this. They're saying you can run this from 11 to 27 hours depending on the heat setting you have it on. So it's exactly like I said. Easily run all night. It's going to run all night on high. And if you have it on a lower setting, you could run this for over a day. Now I got fuel to the fuel pump in there because it made it really, really quiet. That's really nice. You can barely even hear it. Man, one thing, this thing is definitely quiet. I've had other ones that are quiet, but I have some that are really loud. This thing is really quiet. You can barely hear that fuel pump. Now it's saying it is 88% efficient. Now, 95% efficient. There you go. See that? That little on button turned completely yellow. So now it's showing the 99%. It's fully lit up. It's actually showing, looking like there's a little bit of flames or something coming out of there. That's pretty cool. I like this app. It's a nice little app. Blowing heat. Now let's see what kind of wattage we got on high. This is on high. Yeah. Now it's showing it's pulling 49 to 50 watts on high. You cannot hear the fuel pump. I don't hear it. That's really nice. I hate when you hear that tick, 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 tick. It drives me nuts. This is nice. I like this. That is blowing some crazy air. All right, let me show you how fast the air is coming out of there on high. You see the wattage. Let me show you how fast the air is coming out. All right, before we do that, let me turn my carbon monoxide detector on too. There, it's turning on. That's normal. It vibrates, it buzzes. I'll try to throw one of these down in the description too. It's really nice to have when you got stuff like this. I really don't think we're gonna have any problems with this one, but actually I don't think I've ever had any problems with any of them. These things run awesome. There we go. It's showing 0 parts per million for carbon monoxide so far. There we go. Can you see that? It's kind of hard to see. These things burn really, really good. They just blow hot air. I'll just let this lay right here, right by the exhaust. All right, I'm gonna show you real quick how fast that air is coming out of there. I don't wanna burn my fan up because it's usually the air coming out of there, I'm gonna guess, is probably close to 200 degrees. But we're gonna check that also. Well, here is how fast the air is coming out. There you go, 23 miles an hour is the highest. You cannot hold your hand there, trust me, unless you're a real tough guy. All right, let this run for a good 5 more minutes, and then we'll check to see how hot it is too. And right on this app, you can get instructions on here too. If you want to learn more about this, just click that instructions. That's pretty cool. If I click on timing configuration, so you can set this for a different start time. Like if you have this set up in your garage or your shed, or you have this set up in a tent or your camper, you can start this at a certain time. So that way, wherever you're going, it'll be warmed up before you get in there. And this little slider here is going to turn this up and down. So I can put it like on a medium setting or a low setting. Or I could use this, or I could use the screen right here on the other side. I'm going to play with this for a couple more days, but right now my initial thoughts, this is probably one of my top diesel heaters I got. And that's even counting like this one back here. This is like a professional model. This, I think that's like $500 or $600, which this is a lot cheaper. All right, let me show you some of the max temperatures I'm seeing with this thing. And I got a board in front of my exhaust because that way it won't pick up that heat. This is some of the max. It's exactly like I thought. Right there, showing over right around 200 degree air coming out of that tube. And the max, it's picking up that heat exchanger back there. It's metal inside there, which is showing like 300 degrees, but the air coming out is easy around 200 degrees. Crazy, crazy hot. See that? 200 and 206, 200. Let me show you on this one. There you go. It's hard for me to hold my hand in front of that with this one though. There you go, same thing, 200, 150, 200, it's hot. And if I get it back and hit the heat exchanger, it's going to be well over 300 degrees. And it's hard for me to, 260, 270, it's hard to get back there, but. All right, let me turn this down. We'll put this on a low setting. I'll show you what the wattage is on low, how much air comes out on low. And it's going to be a lot quieter. I can do it with this app. Watch, those numbers will start turning down. Watch. There it goes. It turned down on there with using the app. Or I can use this. I think it's this knob. Maybe it's this knob. Oh, sorry, it's this knob over here. The one on the right will turn it down. Kind of like the settings. The other ones have just like a 1 through 5 or 1 through 10. I think this has more. Really didn't count it. Or I could use the remote. Yep. Oh, that's as low as it goes right there. Let's see. Yep, I can turn it up, down. Let me let that cool down a little bit. We'll check how much air is coming out of there on low and how hot it is on low. All right, this has been running on low for a little while. Still feels really, really nice, and it's so super quiet. All right, this is some of the temperatures it's still reading. It's like inside there, the center says 144, 147, 150. So say it's, I don't know, maybe about 50 degrees cooler coming out on low. Let's see what this one reads. Gotta get it closer there, inside there. So about the same, 120, 130, 140 is about the hottest of that air. All right, let's see what the max speed is on low. Looks like about 14 to 15 miles per hour on low. And here is the wattage. It's pulling about, say, 16 to 17 watts on low. All right, that's the end of this video. If you want to check one of these out, I will have one of these down in my description and in my first comment. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below, even if it's saying anything. If it's just saying, hi, how you doing? If it's telling me where you guys live. If If you have any more questions about this, throw that down in the comments. I will do my best to answer some of them questions, or I might even make a whole nother video on this if you guys want to ask too many questions. Hit that subscribe button to help support my channel. God bless and stay warm.